A good morrow to this fair assembly, my TJ scholars, and welcome to another week. It is Monday, March 22nd, 1 week before spring break. Yes. So, I know that it probably looks like from the background that looks like something that maybe could be in our school, but it is not, which shows you that another episode of Where is Mr. Swanson is coming up. But first things first, we have in our midst today, my friends, a rock star. We have the principal of all principals, the woman of all women, my friend and my hero, Mrs. Hardy. Principal Hardy, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Would you like to
It's
say
good
a
to see
few
you.
words? You too. Would you like to say a few words to our young
I would
tigers?
love to. Hello, Tigers. It is good to see you. And how awesome for me to run into you here. What?
Where
Here.
are we?
Where
are we?
I don't know.
I don't know
But I
either.
bet they're going to find out. Bye, Tigers.
Mrs. Hardy, thank you very, very much. Appreciate it. So, boys and girls, we have several things to talk about. First of all, spring break is coming up, and oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but yes, we are ready for spring break. So your spring break, my friends, remember that starts 1 week from today. That runs March 29th through April the 5th for you all. Your teachers are here at school on April the 5th, but you guys have another day of spring break. Now, this Friday, my friends, we talked about this before, but just a reminder, this Friday, March the 29th, is a self-guided day. So your teacher will talk to you more about this, but that means you will start the day with a morning meeting with your teacher, then you'll have some independent work during the day, and then towards the end of the day, you'll have an end of the day meeting. So that's what's going on this Friday. Again, your teachers will tell you more about that. Now, of course, the really big news, we know that on Tuesday, April the 6th, all of you who chose face-to-face instruction, we are back. We are back. The Tigers are reunited. So, we're going to give your families a lot of information about this, but here are a couple things, guys, just for you. First of all, we're using the same kind of safety procedures that we use now. So we know that we're wearing masks, we're washing our hands, we're staying 6 feet apart, we're doing all those things. We also know that wherever you come in the building right now, all the arrival things that we have, that's the same. We're doing that the same. And our kiss and ride locations, for those of you whose families drive you to school, they're going to drive you to the very same place. You're coming in school the very same way, okay? Same thing at the end of the day. You will leave the school at the very same way that you do now. And then we also know, because we're no longer going to be on a half-day schedule, we're going to be on a full-day schedule. You will have a new schedule that your teachers will talk to you about, okay? So all that's coming up on April the 6th. So a little ways down the road. Okay, now, friends, this takes us to where is Mr. Swanson? But just like always, we need to start with where was Mr. Swanson? And you may remember that this month, friends, is Women's History Month. So last weekend, I was at a place that I thought would really stump a lot of you. Turns out it did not. I was at a place that was the National Museum for Women in the Arts. So this is a museum that is designed to highlight all the women artists in our country and really across the world. So every exhibit, every painting, every photograph, everything in that building was created by a woman, which is pretty cool. And when I was at that site, I've got to tell you guys, I actually thought about an artist on the TJ staff. I don't know if you guys know this, but Mrs. Sheldon down in 3rd grade, guys, she is an amazing artist. She paints, she is a photographer, so it would not surprise me if one day when we go to the National Museum for Women in Arts, her work will be up on the walls. So you can say that you knew her when she was a teacher. So, Mrs. Sheldon, you're awesome. So we had a couple people, Mrs. Epstein's class, in fact, Mrs. Epstein said that you almost stumped us, but you didn't. They knew that I was at the National Museum for Women in Arts. Mrs. Dubois' class, Mrs. Fay's class, Mrs. Swanson slash Mr. Rollo slash Mr. DeShields, they knew where I was, and Mrs. Sheldon, the artist herself, and Mrs. Lauer, they knew where I was. Mrs. Newbert, Mrs. Shabetta, Mrs. Hughes, and Mr. Weimeister. So that's where I was last week. Now, where is Mr. Swanson now? Well, friends, I want to draw your attention to the painting that you see behind me, and let's kind of give you maybe some hints about where I might be. First of all, remember, this month is Women's History Month, so that's one thing. The painting behind me is of a woman that is incredibly important in Virginia history, but especially Falls Church history. And if you take a look around this hallway, you will see some displays about this person. Okay, I don't want to put my camera up too high because it's going to be a giveaway. But then I also draw your attention to that. And then I also draw your attention to our guest star on today's announcement. So those are all our clues. Where is Mr. Swanson? Just like always, talk it over, have your teacher email me, and we'll give a shout out to everybody on next week's announcements. All right, Tigers, let's get it started. Just like always, friends, we know that we want to be safe, want to be respectful, want to be responsible. And just like every single day, no matter where we are, let's do some good today. Have a good one, friends.